Okay, now I was checking on your bio, and you connected, like you say, with a couple of bands, Count Basic, Incognito. Now, these are bands from overseas. Are they from London and Austria?
They're from, yeah,
Now, how did you even connect with them coming from NY?
So, I joined a band called Defunct, and Defunct was a very well known band back in the, I think, 80s and 90s. And so by the time I had joined them, they were pretty established already. And then we were touring again all throughout Europe and everywhere. And I think it was the leader of that band, I'm pretty sure, Joseph Bowie, who had a really big impact on me as an artist. And he knew one of the guys, I think, from Count Basic, who was looking to um, do his own project, and they had heard of me, or somebody suggested me or something, and he knew me. I don't know what. And however it came to be, I ended up going to London to go record 4 tracks on Count Basic's new project, and it was me and another female singer, and we were both meant to be on the album, and we were. And then when it came time to tour to support the record, I think for some reason she couldn't make it, and so I ended up being the only singer on it to sing her songs and my songs. And then before long, they were like, "Well, okay, we'll just keep one singer." And then I ended up staying the singer. And 30 years later, because it's been 30 years now, I'm still the lead singer of that band. And we have some upcoming tour dates coming out now. We're getting ready to go out soon. And then from there, another friend connected me with Incognito. They were looking for a singer, and that came about funny. I kind of auditioned over the phone, It's like, just, he's like, "I have this song, I don't know if you're the right singer for it. So I sang that, what he asked me to sing, and then I ended up joining that band, and then I was lead singing for both those bands at the same time. And that was
Wow.
interesting, which was great though, because they're both really phenomenal bands, and with phenomenal musicianship on a top level. The musicianship is just bar none. So
Wow, that's amazing. Now, are they like, for the viewers who may not know, are they like different, you think different styles, different genres, or are they similar, or?
I think that they're similar. They both have that big sound, like a big sound with horns and that kind of thing. And I think the difference with Incognito is they switch singers a lot. They have a lot of different lead singers. They had one main singer in the beginning who still is a very huge part of the project. But I think that's part of the difference. But musically, they are kind of similar. They both kind of touch on like a kind of like jazz, funk, and kind of a heavy like dance element also, because the music is very high energy also at the same time. But it has a lot of fusion in it. Like, when I say fusion, I mean like fusing jazz with funk and that kind of thing.
Okay, okay. Now let me see. I want to ask you, because you got a chance to interact and work with and perform with a lot of great artists. I guess maybe if you could talk about some of those artists, and then I'll mention some if you leave them out.
I mean, I think that for me, with working with a lot of these artists, what I've noticed is I could absolutely see why they are the legends that they are. Because there's a kind of class. They have such class about them in the way that they treat the other musicians and the people around them, that it makes it a really enjoyable experience too. There's a really, and the professionalism. And I think that once you've done those things, then that raises your bar for yourself also, with how you carry some of that with you. I mean, I know I do. Like, for instance, with some of the people, when I did work with Tina Turner, say, her level of professionalism and the way that she interacted and the way that she, you just kind of learn. If you're learning from the best, that really does kind of rub off on you. You just have that to kind of, you grab that, and then you try to bring that into your fold and how you treat people and your band members and affiliates. So I think that that has a lot to do with it. Did I answer your question? I don't even know.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. I mean, like I say, some people would dream about just even meeting a person like Tina Turner. That's an icon. That's somebody that's just larger than life, and you just get an opportunity to even, work with them. That says a lot about you and how much they respect, what you do. So I was looking and said Tina Turner, Shaka Khan, Patti LaBelle, Lionel Richie. These are people that we grew up our whole lives, or our parents and grandparents play these phenomenal records, and you got a chance to
Mhm.
do these things, in pursuit of your dream. That's amazing. What more can you ask for?
That's funny you say that, because they're in those moments, they are kind of pinch myself moments, because I did grow up on a lot of that. So when you're in the same room and you're in the same, occupying the same space, and they're teaching you something, or you have to do something together, and there are moments of like, you just kind of shake your head like, wait a minute. And that's really it's amazing. And I do remember like times feeling like, oh my goodness. But I will say that that's what I try to tell people when they say to me sometimes some insulting things. Like, they'll see the things that you've done, and it's kind of like it's kind of like they project their opinions onto you by saying things like, oh wow, you did all these things. How come you haven't made it yet? Or you did all these things. How come blah blah blah? And it's kind of like, it all depends on what your idea of making it is, right?
True,
That's
true.
all subjective. Maybe making it for one person is just making a living off of their craft, whatever that may be, however that may be, right? Maybe another person. So how do you know that, like, so I feel like people should be more kind of, I think, well, sensitive, I would say, to somebody else's journey, and not trying to impose maybe their kind of how they see things upon you. Like, oh well, that's great, but it's almost like, that's great, but you know it's never like, oh well, that's great, and we leave it at that. So it's like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. That is great, and leave it at that. But like I say, from the outside looking in, it just seems amazing to have worked with those people. You know what I'm saying? And you doing what you love to do. But I think sometimes, especially in America, we monetize everything. So it's like, do you got 1 million followers? Or you don't have 1 million followers? Do you got $1 million? Or are you on TV every day? If people can't see the vision, they just want to see the dollar sign, or things like that, and they miss out, unfortunately.
And also, if they don't know where you came from, because you had no idea how difficult it is to navigate your way in the first place, to even, it's just kind of like, in order to do certain things, it's, without selling your soul or something like that, like giving it all away. It's like,
Mhm.
there's just like you just so that you can also look at yourself in the mirror every day and be good with, what, as long as you're being on it, working your best, and being honest with what you do, and it's coming from an honest space, I think that says so much.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, it seems like you could write a book. Have you ever thought about doing that, writing about your experiences and your life? And because I mean, you did so much. You know what I'm saying? So you're still doing things. So
I kind of did that in my play. I did a play last
wow,
year, so that I'm still trying to get it to a place that it's a more frequent thing. I did it twice so far, and it was amazing. And it was both times sold out. The crowds were just so wonderful and loving, and it's about my life story, but put to the stage as in a play form.
you,
But
you singing in the play?
say again.
It's like a musical. Are you singing and acting?
I'm singing, and it's more like a one woman show. And I say not really a play. I mean, because I mean, nobody else is playing me. I am the only one playing me, kind of, from all the ages, from like a kid all the way to now.
Wow.
I can't believe you didn't know about that. You should have come.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I say, you got so much going on because it's like you worked in different aspects of being a musician. So I have to ask you, what is your favorite part? Is it being the coach? Is it writing? Is it singing? Is it like performing live, or just being in the studio? What is your favorite part?
I think my favorite part is performing live, because I
Oh,
think that getting to enjoy the work that you've put together, like you took it from. It's so funny, the kind of journey that it takes to shape a song. You know, it goes from your head, you're trying to get what you hear in your head onto a paper, then from the paper onto, you know, digitized onto,
Yeah.
you know, and you're trying to get it, you know, conveyed in the way that you hear it in your brain and put it out. So then once that's finished and it goes out into the world and people hear it and form an opinion on it or whatever, you know, and if it's moving them and they're enjoying it and you get to perform and see that everybody, you know, how they're responding to it, I think that's the most beautiful thing, is just to share it with everybody, like, you know, that in that space together, in that same space. And if they are singing along or whatever, and I'm a kind of audience person, if I can hop out and get in there with the people, and I want to be all kumbaya. I want to touch everybody. I want to, you know. So, and that was really interesting when COVID came around. There was none of that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Hmm.
Let me see. So I can ask you now, are you working on anything now, or are you you got any upcoming projects?
I have a new release that just came out now, just a few weeks ago, which is a
Okay.
cover version. So you should check it out. It's called it's a cover version of the Jones Girls. You're gonna make me love somebody else. So it's on my Spotify. So if you go to Kelli Sae, KelliSae, it's on Spotify. It's the first, you know, selection that's going to come up there. And then while you're at it, you can follow me there too, and follow
Oh
me
yeah.
on my social media, on my Instagram and things like that. I'm very kind of interactive with people. It's always me that's responding to you. You know, I really do like to connect with people, because I really do feel like you can't have any kind of success without the people. It's them. They're the ones spending their hard-earned money to come see you perform, to buy your t-shirt, to whatever. So I don't take it lightly in any way, that, or for granted that, you know, what I'm doing, like, oh, they'll like it or blah blah blah. You know, people work hard. So if they come out, it's a night out to come see you, hard-earned money, or, you know, download your songs. That means so much to me. Super grateful.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I want to thank you for coming on the show. It's definitely been an honor, and I'm gonna have to go back and check out. Would you say that it's a cover of the Jones Girls? They
Yes,
made
I'm sorry, I didn't tell you the title. You're gonna make me love somebody else.
Let me write that down. Oh no, you said it's on Spotify. I'll look it up. Yeah, because one of the Jones girls, she's still alive. But is it Shirley? Miss Shirley Jones?
Think so. I think so. And a friend of mine knows her, and he was going to reach out to her. And I was like, oh no, I don't want her to go, oh, what? I hate what you do with my song. But I really, you know, tried to honor their sound, and I didn't try to change it or anything, because I thought it was already amazing as it was, you know. So they're three sisters. It was just me doing all the vocals. So I try to really like kind of get that whole like sound. And if I were three girls, what would that sound like? So
That was creative, and they got some good records. So I look forward to that. I'm gonna check it out when we get off the call. So yeah, I want to just thank you again. It's an honor. I want to thank the fans for tuning in. It's been another episode of Taye Speaks. So until next time,
thank you
peace.
so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Queen. I appreciate you. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.